Hey there guys, SaintsKnight here. Welcome you guys back to the channel here with another TV show review. And today we are going to be taking a look at the newest episode of the BBC sci-fi series Doctor Who, the Witchfinders. Now, full clarification, as always in all of our reviews, there will be absolutely zero spoilers whatsoever. So for those of you who haven't seen it, although if you fancy Doctor Who, you click on this link, I haven't seen it. But anyways, if you haven't seen it, you can go see it unspoiled. This is just for opinional purposes. And also, well, on the subject of opinional sort of stuff, I also have to say that if you guys actually agree with what I say, that's good. If you also disagree, it's also good. This is just my silly personal opinion. So as with all of our views, take this with a pinch of salt. And if you want to share your thoughts, then you are more than welcome to do so. Leave a comment down below after you watch the video, of course. Or if you're watching it on your mobile device, then you can leave a comment whilst watching it. But anyways, enough dawdling, enough chit chat, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys do want to keep seeing these reviews on the channel, you know what to do. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. So without further ado, let us dive into the Witchfinders, which sees our main TARDIS gang of the Doctor, Yaz, Graham, and Ryan head to the 17th century, where they're in the middle of a witch hunt, and basically they have to try and locate this evil that's been plaguing the town. Now, the premise is actually I had to start things off. The premise actually is really quite an intriguing one because I mean, the 17th century, a very dark time for the United Kingdom, which is I think this was taking place in Sheffield in the 17th century. Anyways, the premise itself is quite an interesting one because of that era, and making that being historically accurate, which to Chipple's credit actually is accurate. The premise itself, an interesting one, but I did feel that it was a little bit underused, or that it was too safe a bit. Whilst actually, and also the plot kind of is a bit of a predictable one, but doesn't mean that it's a bad one or a good one. It just basically, if you're expecting something new, don't expect it. This is just a run-of-the-mill Monster of the Week episode. A darker Monster of the Week episode as well, because I noticed that with the subject matter of the 17th century, with the matter of witch hunts and all that sort of stuff, the Teutonic shift from this could have potentially been one of the darkest episodes if it weren't for one character, and that is Alan Cumming's King James, who a lot of people, myself included, are praising Alan Cumming for his portrayal of King James, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, do I like King James? Yes I do. Do I think that Alan Cumming needs to go back? Actually, do I think that King James needs to come back for another episode? Of course. However, with this being a dark Doctor Who episode, King James felt a bit off kilter to me. Every time he was in it, first of all, they stole shit. So that's a plus. The downside, the tone of the episode changed. And when you have two different competing tones, like comedy with seriousness, they kind of keep juggling between back and forth with seriousness, lightheartedness, seriousness, lightheartedness, and it just felt a little bit off kilter to me at times. But the way that but when it gets to the dark subjects, the way that they tackle it, as well as the historical accuracies are correct and much appreciated, because a lot of the historical portrayals in Doctor Who have been a bit, in my opinion, but it's nice to know that this one was actually kind of a good one as well. Besides, King James isn't the only good side character in this episode. There's actually quite a couple of side characters. There's this the main witch hunter woman, the granddaughter of one of the accused witches. Oh, I'm going to say that because if I were to say what, it'd be something from the storytelling. All of them do a fantastic job of the actors do a fantastic job of portraying those characters. Jodie Whittaker once again does. I think the last episode was the one where she really hit her stride. Kerplan was that episode where she actually hit her stride, and I believe that this one is actually continuing alongside it. Does she do a strong enough performance that she does in Kerplan? Not really. But she still does a good job, regardless. As far as I can think of it, the only downsides that I can think of for this are that, as I talked about, the plot did feel a little bit predictable. I could just guess how it would be, and most of the time, actually, and 100% of the time, I knew what was coming, and it took me. Actually, it didn't take me off guard. It didn't catch me on my toes. I didn't go, wow. It just felt like a typical story. Some of the effects, I will admit, some of the effects could have done a little bit better. Like the monster or the villain of the week. When you first see them, you kind of think they're a bit meh. I think they look a little bit better once you get to the third act, but until then you're just looking at which you could play into this CGI. And as for the villain itself, it's a typical monster of the week, but it's just a bit. This one felt a bit two-dimensional to me. It just felt a bit meh, too safe. And I wasn't really invested in the villain at all. More so the main characters, not the villain. And the final thing the last thing that was bad was that the final act, to me at least, kind of felt a little lumped. What's the word I'm looking for? Unbalanced. It didn't feel right. It felt unbalanced. It felt as I said, but the entire plot predictable. It felt that the tonal shifts in this were too much, and it felt that it felt a little bit rushed to me. But overall, this is probably an enjoyable one. It's probably one of the best episodes. Actually, another one of Jodie Whittaker's best episodes, along with Demons in the Punjab and our first episode. Blam, the rest of them were a bit hit or miss. But our first episode, Demons at the Punjab, and now this, to me at least, line up Jodie Whittaker's top 3 performances. Jodie Whittaker's top 3 Doctor Who episodes. So, on to the final verdict. I'm going to give the Witchfinders a score of 8 out of 10. It's a really good, enjoyable episode with lots of lots of great side characters, interesting premise, the subject matter being handled in a correct way, the darker tone, side characters, and Jodie Whittaker's performance make it. However, it would have been a high 9 out of 10. It would have been a 9 if they worked a little bit on the effects, the villain, the plot, and the plot a little bit, because that felt a little bit But if they sorted out those, then it would have been an easy 8 out of 10. Actually, no, it would have been an easy 9 out of 10. But as it is, 8 out of 10, still a good one. So those are my thoughts on the Witchfinder. What did you guys think? What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? Leave them in the comments down below. And apart from that, I'm afraid it's now time to end today's video. We hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then please smash the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you're not new, then do not forget to click the bell icon next to the subscribe button to get notified of all upcoming videos. Until then guys, we'll see you in the next video. So until then, boy, SaintsKnight here, signing off. Peace.